Alright, hi everybody, it's Bonkai922. It is time for more anime episode reviews. Now, this series is a series that I read, that I came across. Um, it was a light novel, but when I found out about it, you know, it was labeled as a seinen. I was like, oh, this is a good show and all. When the anime got announced for it, I was like, oh, wow. Wow. Now, this episode 1, I already saw on the Seinen Jump thing. I think it was Kumo Shotgun. She gave her thoughts on it. Yeah, it's not. I'm not going to put it like Captain Earth. No. But I will say this. It is a good show. It's a good show. And I'll tell you why. These are the things that I believe they did right in this anime so far. Number 1, the general conception of this anime, essentially, it is an apocalyptic world, and essentially what it is about is basically in like the year 2021, mankind was defeated by these creatures called Gastrea, which are was a parasitical virus, that, and they're basically insects. That's essentially what these Gastreas are. And if you get contracted with the virus, you become them. And the only way to defeat them is by destroying them with, essentially, Black Bullet. And and they live in a world in the Tokyo-based area. They made these Verenium monoliths, which are these black, metal things that subdue Gastrea. And it basically says, soon the cursed children born with the Gastrea virus who are able to control it, which gives them superhuman abilities when discovered. Due to this Gastrea virus intervention, the cursed children could only be female. Civil securities are formed to specialize in fighting against Gastrea, operating with the pair of an initiator who are cursed children, and a promoter who served to lead the cursed children 10 years after the war. When Taru Satomi, a high school student who is also a promoter, in childhood friend Kisara Tendo Civil Security, along with his initiator Inju Urahara, receives a secret mission to prevent the Tokyo area's destruction. And that's basically in a nutshell the summary. Now, these are the things that I would say I'm already noticing about the show. Number 1, the music is, I don't care what anyone says, phenomenal. Love the fucking music. Really do. The music is phenomenal. Number 2, Gastreas. Yeah, they could have been dicks. That could have been real dicks, the company who animated this, and say, yeah, we're going to do it CGI. No, they didn't do that. So already, you got a brownie point, my friend. You got a brownie point. Great music. The Gastreas aren't in CGI. Good for me. And another reason why, so far from this first episode, this is getting a 4.5 out of 5. I know that's high. But the music was good. I'll even say 4 out of 5, probably. I would probably say 4 out of 5. The music is good. The Gastreas were not CGI. At least to majority of the episode I saw. And the villain was splendid. And who am I talking about? There's this guy who appears in episode 1 with a mask. And the guy who's playing him seems to be doing a good-ass job. And he's essentially the quote-unquote villain antagonist you're going to see in this anime. So essentially what happens in this episode, we get like what happened to Satomi when he was a child with the Gastrea coming in and destroying and shit and so on and so forth, and he hears a voice and tells him to survive. And 10 years later, we find him. He's a high school student and he's working, and basically catches off pretty much where the light novel starts. I didn't read the light novel, I read the manga. But anyway, he ends up fighting the villain in the very beginning, because that guy with the mask goes up and he fights him, so on and so forth, and let me just say it right now without spoiling much, because like I said, I caught up to this, to the manga, light novel, what have you. It gets really, really, really violent later on. And what do I mean when I say violent? Well, don't want to spoil too much, but it gets pretty crazy down the road. Now, he basically, he fights the guy. The guy leaves, and he gives him a look. I was like, whoa, that was awesome how they did that with this villain. Give him a look. He says, I'm one who's going to destroy the world, the country and the world. And he leaves. And then that's when Satomi goes down, and his name's Rintaro Satomi. Goes down and he fights the Gastrea, and we get introduced to Enju. Now, okay, I'm squashing this right now. Listen, Enju is not Satomi's sister. Thank you. Let's move on. I need to squash that. I need to squash that right now, because a lot of people are probably thinking, oh, it's incest. No, it's not. Enju is not related to Satomi. Thank you. We can move on. Just because she's a loyally and, she loves him, who gives a fuck? Yeah? It's not incest. So, she's obviously, it is weird, and it is not, it is kind of, pedophile. It kind of feels, but it's not incest. So let's move on. So they end up fighting the Gastrea, and they basically destroy it. And like I said, kudos to this company. They didn't go CGI on us. Great job. So they basically destroyed. So it's basically, and we get the meaning behind the word black bullet, because that's what the bullets they use to destroy the Gastreas, the civil service people. Because that's what he uses. Satomi uses a black bullet to destroy the Gastrea, but he doesn't end up destroying it, because that's the only thing that can kill it, because it stops its regenerative powers. So, Enju's there. She destroys it. End of story. Then we get a little feedback on, the other characters. We get introduced to, what's her face? Oh, shit, I forgot what her name was. Fuck, I forgot her name. Tendo. That's right, Tendo. More importantly, Kisara Tendo. She basically is it's weird that they don't have it on News Network. It's weird. I don't have it listed there. Anyway, Tendo, she basically is the person who took in Satomi, and so on and so forth, when he was, and everything, and as far as the animation is concerned, I'm a little bothered by it, because I don't know, for some reason it doesn't. But then again, this is the light novel. I keep looking at the manga, and I keep referencing that, and I really shouldn't be. But this is a very good. It's good. The animated good. The Gastreas are in CG, so yeah. And basically, that during that meeting, when he goes in with her, it was this funny part where he wanted to get the sale on the pizza. That was funny. And basically she's there and she's lecturing him because you should have come here, you should have went to the police and get us money because we don't have anybody. I thought that was funny. And then there was this one scene where she brings up his past and his parents, and he's just like, he just squashes it. There's a lot of emotion in this show. Be perfectly honest here, people. A lot of emotion in this show. Especially when you get down later on. Now, I don't know how many episodes they're going to do here. Now, remember, it's just a light novel. And from what I've heard, it's 7 volumes. So we have to wait and see. But, you know, he has that conversation with her. And we have a scene with him with Enju. It was kind of funny. It's cute. She's cute, Enju. And, you know, it was kind of funny how they did that with her and Satomi, Taro. And I thought they did it very well. And basically getting up, she goes to school, you know, all that jazz. We also get introduced to the sensei, the doctor. You're going to find out some other things about her that she did for Satomi later on. You know, and she basically is calling him a weakling and telling him, you know, you should, you know, look, you saw her to get on her and ask her out and shit. But, you know, she's basically explaining about the Gastreas and how, you know, the situation with them and, you know, give or take. Now, after that, we pretty much just get a scene of him just run his bicycle, and he sees out there, and there's just these monoliths, these massive monoliths that are pure, you know, the stuff that's made out of the bullets, which I believe is called, what was the bullets called? Veranium. Veranium. That's the name of the substance. It's veranium. And veranium is supposedly black, and that's hence the name Black Bullet. And he's just looking onward, and you hear the music kick in, and I was like, okay, pretty good job. And that's where the episode ends. And basically, they were talking about the Gastreas. They're basically, that is still out. They're still out there. Because essentially what happens when one person is infected with the Gastrea, they become a Gastrea. And basically their body just explodes and shit. And that's what the doctor was explaining to him. And like I said, for this series, for this episode, 4 out of 5. The music was great. The Gastreas were not CG. Thank you so much. And the villain was done very well. I was impressed. The animation's a little weird for me. I don't know why. I feel it's weird. But it's a good job so far. It's not like I'm going to say, oh my god, this is like, god dang it. I'm not going to go crazy like I did with Captain Earth, because Captain Earth is so, but for a series that, you know, Black Bullet, with what it's trying to do, let me just tell you guys right now, depending on how they do this, because remember, it's a light novel we're talking here, not the manga. If they do it by the book, who knows? And by the intro, I'm looking, yeah, they're going to get a lot. They're going to cover a lot in this season of it. But I don't know how long it is. It could be dark. They haven't said how long it is, so that's the only problem with it. But overall, like I said, 4 out of 5. I liked how it was presented. Probably going to say now, obviously this ranking system I'm thinking about now is right now JoJo. This is how it looks for the episode reviews I'm doing. Number 1 is JoJo, because I can't put, as much as I spazzed out for Captain Earth, I can't put Captain Earth above JoJo. It's just so hard to do. Then you got Captain Earth. Then 3, 4, 5. Right now, I might put Black Bullet over Dragonar Academy, but it's really difficult to say. Really too hard to say. But overall, liked how it was presented, like I said. We'll wait and see. We'll wait and see how they pull this off as they go along. Like I said, later on, this series gets violent. Big time. Especially with, and you got Enju and and Taro. The shit that goes down is just whoa. And I'm wondering, there's a few characters that will be introduced later on. I'm wondering how they're going to pull that off. How they're going to present those characters. Should be interesting. I'm Bankai Knight 22. I will see you guys later. After this, I'll probably do a Kamigakiru, and then I think there's going to be Hunter x Hunter. Now, I'm sorry I didn't do a live stream tonight because I was in another live stream with people that were pretty cool people. I got Charles. So yeah, I'm Bankai Knight 22. I will see you guys later.